Dear students, next section is Unit 3. There is a warm-up section for you. Read the statements given below and match the issues accordingly. So students, you are supposed to read the following statements and, and fill up these columns with the suitable statements. Here in the first column they have written dowry system. Correct answer is second one. A transfer of durable goods or property that the bride's family gives to the bridegroom as a condition of the marriage. So everyone know what is meant by dowry. So dowry means the bridegrooms will give some money or jewelry to the bride's family will give some money or any jewelry or property to the bridegroom family. This is called dowry system. So the correct answer is a transfer of durable goods or property that the bride's family gives to the bridegroom as a condition of the marriage. The next we see, in the next column we can see sexual harassment. So the right answer is fourth one. Repeated and unwelcome sexual comments, looks or physical contact at workplace made by men that could offend women. The next column, what is that? Child marriage. So students, what is the right answer? Yes, the marriage of a young girl below 18. So people who married below 18 are considered as child marriage. The next column they have written remarriage. Right answer is fifth one. A woman deciding to remarry despite opposition from relatives or society. Then the sixth column female infanticide. The right answer is third one. The intentional killing of a baby girl due to the preference for male babies in the family. The next column is women empowerment. Right answer is women excelling in many fields, overcoming many hurdles. And the next is discuss with your friend the role of a woman in building a family. What are the roles played by her? The correct answer is women are the forerunners of a nation. Indian culture attaches great importance to women. Women comprise half of the world's population. Women are the key to sustainable development and quality of life in the family. The varieties of role the women assume in the family are those of spouse, leader, manager, supervisor of family income, and last but not the least importance, the role of a mother. Okay, next question is, what do you think of the status of women in the modern society? Answer is, status of Indian women has changed radically during the modern period. Both the structural and cultural changes provided equality of opportunities to women. With the help of these changes, exploitation of women to a great extent was reduced. More freedom and better orientation were provided to the women's organization to pursue their interest in all fields. And the next question is, compare the status of women in the past with the present. So, answer is women of the past were generally the keeper of the home. She made the family's clothes, provided meal, and took care of the home needs. She catered to her children, all of this by herself until the female children were old enough to be of use. She was more a husband's slave. She had no power to decide and just obeyed her husband's order. But today, the role in the family that women play is more so an equal partnership to the man. They both work together to make the family function. Many a times it is a single mom trying to do the household. She works outside the home and inside the home, feeds her children at home and does whatever she can. She plays the role of a mother and a father sometimes. She does take decisions for the welfare of her family. Okay, students, next is divide the class into small groups. Choose any one eminent woman personality of the world. List out her characters, achievements, etc. and speak a minute about her. So students, can you see the picture of these women? So in the first picture, we can see Mother Teresa. The second picture is Malala Yusuf Malala. So Malik Shakshi is there, Aung San Suu Kyi is there. So students, you can select whatever you want and speak something about them. Okay. And the next is prose. Prose is empowered woman navigating the world. So the title itself shows it is about women empowerment. So we already knew that women in those days will sit in their home and do their household works. They will obey their parents or husband and do their householders. So they are not allowed to go outside of their home. But nowadays it is totally changed. Many women were who fought for their freedom and it is successfully got their freedom. So the real power of women through reality is currently being projected to the world by the advancement of technology and media. Women plays a vital role in the society. Currently, women are working in various fields like navy, conductor, driver. We can see women in various fields. One of the achievement is all the women Indian Navy crew who travel around the world for 250 days all alone in a sailboat called INSV Dharani. So students, what is INSP Dharani? INSP stands for Indian Naval Ship Vessel Tara Tarini is Tara Tarini. So INSP stands for Indian Naval Ship Vessel. So INSP is a sailboat. It is the second sailboat of the Indian Navy. So what was the first sailboat? It is INSP Maday. So this it is a 55-foot sailing vessel built naturally in India by MS Aquarius Shipyard Private Limited. So it is located in Goa. So after undergoing extensive sea trials, so she was commissioned to the Indian Navy service on 18th February 2017. So the boat was named as a Tara Tarini. Tarini is a temple in Konjam district of Odisha. So the word Dharini means boat and in Sanskrit it means savior. Nowadays women have the high positions in society. So students, this INSP Dharini has advanced Raymarine navigation suite and an array of satellite communication systems for the perfect navigation anywhere in world. Okay students, here are some questions they have given. What does INSP stand for? Then when was INSP Dharini commissioned to Indian Navy service? Then who is Tara Dharani? After whom was the sailboat named? So answer these following questions. Okay. Navika Sagar Parikrama was a project which is undertaken with a national policy to empower women to attain their full potential. So the main aim of this project, that means the Navika Sagar Parikrama project, is considered to essential towards promoting social ocean sailing activities in the Navy while depicting Government of India's thrust for Nari Shakti. That means women empower. So this is said by Chief of the Naval Staff, that is Admiral Sunil Lamba. So Admiral Sunil Lamba in his welcome speech, he is saying about the Navika Sagar Parikrama project. So the main aim of the project is to promote ocean sailing activities in the Navy while depicting Government of India's thrust for Nari Shakti. Nari Shakti means woman power. So the whole process about interview with the women who are traveling in a INSP sailboat to promote women power. Main aim of the traveling is to show make in India. In this paragraph, they have described about the INSV sailboat. Sailboat is that means the INSV sailboat is a environment friendly, non-conventional renewable energy resources such as the wind, collected and updated meteorological, ocean and wave data on regular basis for accurate weather forecast by India Meteorological Department. So students, Navika Sagar Parikrama was a project undertaken in consonance with the national policy to empower women. The main aim of the project is considered essential towards promoting ocean sailing activities in the Navy while depicting Government of India thrust for Nari Shakti. Nari Shakti means woman power, which is said by the naval staff, Admiral Sunil Lamba. So he's saying these kind of things in his welcome speech. The main aim of the voyage was aimed to show the case Make in India initiative. The special feature of the sailboat is that it encouraged use of environment friendly resources. accurate weather forecast by India Meteorological Department, and also data for monitoring marine pollution on high seas. Okay, students, let's see about Indian Navy's six women crew. So, Indian Navy's all-woman crew was the first woman to travel around the world by under Lieutenant Commander Vartika Joshi. So all the women team has also Lieutenant Commander. They are Pradeep Jamwal, Swati Patarapalli, Aishwarya, and then Lieutenant Shipping and Handling Vijaya Devi and Lieutenant Payal Gupta as its crew members. These are all the Navy's six women crew members. Okay, students, can you see the picture? So, this picture is the Tara Tarani ship. The six crew, the Navy women, started their voyage on 10th September 2017 from Goa. The crew members started their journey under flagged off by the Defense Minister of India. So this this voyage is considered as a historic one. So it will be marked in navigation history and globally. The ship will stop in various countries. They are Fremantle, Australia, Littleton, New Zealand, Port Stanley, the Falklands, and Cape Town and South Africa. These are the countries the Tara Tarini ship will travel around the world. The ship should be written before April 2018 in Goa. So the ship went around the globe within 52-54 days and reached Goa. So students, what was the main aim of the crew members to start their voyage around the world? Yes, I've already said the voyage was aimed to showcase Make in India. Their main aim was to show Make in India around the world. So the ship reached on 21st May 2018 in Goa. But unfortunately, the six-member women crew broke many stereotypes during their record-setting sail. Okay, now let's see. Do you know the first Indian solo Sargam navigation was undertaken by Captain Dilip Donde? SC is retired from August 19, 2009 to May 19, 2010 on board another India-built vessel INSV Made. The first Indian non-stop also Sargam navigation was undertaken by cargo ready date Abhilash Tommy Casey from November 1st, 2012 to March 31st, 2013. So next, let's see about an interview with the crew members. In this interview, India's all-women Navy crew members who went around the world in 254 days have shared their experiences about their great voyage in an interview. Through their personal experiences, we really come to know their hardships and unpredictable challenges they have faced all through their expeditions. Let's see what was the interviewer is asking. Interviewer is asking a question. How well were you acquainted with the sailboat before you took up the task? For that, Vartika Joshi, Lieutenant Commander, is answering the question. She says none of the crew members have sailed before. None of the crew members have never sailed before. This was their first experience. She felt that at first it was very difficult to take the boat out to sea from one point to another. So they have already done their 3 years of training to sail the boat. So this training helps them to sail the boat very easily and quickly. So they never find any difficulty to sail the boat. The next question the interviewer asked is, can you tell us about the training you had undergone before this expedition? So the interviewer is asking what was their training. Tell them about their training. He is asking to this crew members. For that, Vartika Joshi replying, at first their training is like a theory courses. Yes. And communication and weather prediction. These are the courses they have done at first on their training. Vartika Joshi says classroom courses are different from sailing outside. So we all know that classroom classes are totally different from outside. We know that, right? So Vartika Joshi says they were given hands-on training like how to repair things, how to deal with emergencies, or how to deal with when the weather gets rough, or if there is any medical emergency. So these are the training they were given uh, for shipping. For that, Lieutenant Aishwarya also replying the same question. Lieutenant Aishwarya says she underwent her basic sail training courses in Mumbai at the Indian Naval Watermanship Training Center, the abbreviation of INWTC. Is that Indian Naval Watermanship Training Center? So she have done their training in various schools in the southern naval base in Kochi. She even sailed on INSV Madhi to Mauritius in 2016 and 2017. Then she came back to Cape Town in December 2016. So from that we come to know that Aishwarya even sailed on INSV in 2016 and 2017. So this is her second experience. She was trained for almost 3 years to prepare for the voyage. So she's saying that the boat was old and it had minor leaks and repairs. She even says that the basic needs like water and food were very difficult to manage. So she says that this trip was a tutorial for them to how to manage food, water, and even without electricity. So now she says she even can manage without food, electricity, and water. The next question interviewer has asked is, what was the selection process? For that, Lieutenant Aishwarya replies, there are 30 women who had applied for this voyage. So only 6 of them were shortlisted. So these 6 crew members were mentored by Commander Dilip Donde. The next question the interviewer asked is, how did your family members react when you told them about this expedition? So students, expeditions means journey or voyage. So now you understand the question, right? For that, Lieutenant Commander Vartika Joshi replying, her family is from the mountain. Her house is near to the mountain. So they totally far from sea. So her family members never ever see the sea. She only once invited them to visit the sea. After her family members went to visit the sea, and they feel hope and become very supportive to their daughter. Daughter means that is Vartika Joshi. So this means that Vartika Joshi's family is very supportive for her voyage. The next question interviewer asked is, what were your aims and how did you work to achieve them? So the main aim of the question is what were their aims and how did they achieve their aims? So for that, Vartika Joshi replied, for that she says she didn't have any particular aim. Her only aim is to journey with ultimate honesty. What mattered her the most is only journey. So her only intention is to go by the rules of circumnavigation. Circumnavigation means rules of journey. So these are the things which is said by Vartika Joshi. And the next question interviewer asked is, name that one quality of yours that enabled you to complete this expedition successfully. So quality of the crew members. While traveling in a ship, we have to face the wind. Next question that interviewer asked, name that one quality of yours that enabled you to complete this expedition successfully. For that, Vartika Joshi replied that she follows the rules of journey. She says that whenever the winds dropped it, she can switch on the engine and say let's go 1 mile ahead. But she didn't do like that. She followed the rules of a journey and she honest with herself and successfully done her journey. So she also feel happy that she finished it successfully without the use of the engine at all. That's what she said to the interviewer. The next question the interviewer asked is, as the head of the crew, how did you involve the team? So, dear students, who is the head of the crew? Yes, that is Lieutenant Commander Vartika Joshi. For that, Vartika Joshi replied, they have sailed the same amount, and she says that everyone in the ship, that crew members have their own ideas while dealing their situations. All the crew members will discuss together and choose the correct one so that they can easily solve their problem. This shows unity is strength. So they united together and solved their problem very easily. So for that, Lieutenant Payal Gupta also says that. So she says that if we have any problem, teamwork is the main thing to solve their problems. She even says that while they were in traveling, they had storm. At that time, all the women crew members united together and solved the problem. It also saved their lives. For example, they would somebody would heat the water, the other person would heat the gloves. So it was very raining. So all the crew members will do the separate works, and it helped them a lot. So she says that team effort have actually helped in navigating through the 20 hours long storm. In the middle of the sea, if a sudden storm, it is a challenge just for those women crew members. They accept the reality and started fighting the storm. So finally, they succeeded, attained their goal. Next question that interviewer asked is, share your experience about the most challenging task while sailing. For that, Vatika Joshi replied, when they were in a voyage, the difficult task is they storm in sea. The South Pacific, they encountered a storm where the seas were almost 9 to 10 meters high and winds were picking up to 60 to 70 knots. So this kind of winds is normal in sea, but but they hardly find any land mass to stop the winds. So it gave the all the women crew members were different experiences, and they took a lot of hard work and were able to fix it together. What they fix it? They able to fix it together the wind. These women crew members overcome the challenges. The next question interviewer asked is, how adventurous was your trip? For that, Lieutenant Commander Vatika Joshi replied, when they were crossing the sea, that is Tasman Sea, they saw the southern lights. So this kind of lights is very rare to see from sea. So they even saw the dolphins swimming. They even saw dead sperm whale. So these kind of things they were saw in sea. So it is very peculiar feel for them. So the crew members also didn't know what kind of what kind of these things are like that. So for that they even searched in Google and know many things about sea creatures because they are not specialists. They only for so they Google it to learn more about the species. And the next question interviewer asked is, how did your crew spend time deep in the sea? So for that, one of the crew members, Swati P, replied, so Swati says during their traveling, they picked up lot of hobbies. Like posting pictures of pani buris, cakes. Golgappas means pani buri or something crispy foods. That is golgappas. So they used on posting pictures like cakes or pani puri, something like that. So they even read books or craft work or play something like that. So Swati, she even says that team leader Vartika Joshi used to read comics and Ramayana during her journey. Uh, Swati, she loves to cooking like she used to bake cakes. This is her hobby. She also liked to crafting. So she also says that she loved to cook food. Also she loved the way people appreciate her food, appreciate her food. So she also very much interested to cook for her crew members in a variety dishes. So with her limited resources, she cooked a variety food for her crew members. Then Vatika Joshi replied, they used to spending time. The six members will be united together and entertain themselves. So they used to watch music, listen to watch. They used to watching movies, listen to music, and she even says that they made parathas, baked cakes, breads. Even they made alva and rasgullas like that. So from this, we came to know that these crew members were enjoying in the sea. They were cooking, watching TV, music, and like that. They entertained a lot only because they united together. Then Vartika Joshi says they even celebrated their festivals at sea. And they even celebrated the birthdays, three birthdays, including the first birthday of the boat. Also, specific occasions like crossing the equator, the international date line, and such things like that. So these are the adventurous things which happened in around crew members. The next question interviewer asked is, what motivated you to fulfill the country's expectation? For that, Swati replied that she knew that every country was watching them and praying for them to be safe like that, because the people never want them to be in trouble. So she also says that people did not know what kind of challenges they are facing. Their only motive used to kept in mind was they did not want to frighten the people. So from this she says that she wants to motivate the people too. So they decided once the traveling was over, I mean the voyage was over, they want to show the world how they have gone through. The next question interviewer asked is, as a woman, how would you consider this expedition? I mean, I've already said expedition means voyage, or traveling or a journey. So interviewer asked, as a woman, how could you consider this expedition? That means for that Vatika Joshi replying, she feels that is a great honor. She says that this is a all women team. It is a great boost to women in the country. So she says that in the country they discriminate like genders male female, but in the sea there is no discrimination between male or female. For sea it is a neutral. For sea, male or female, everything is neutral. So Vartika Joshi says that there is no discrimination between male or female. Each and everyone is same. I mean, men and women are same. There is no such kind of gender discrimination. She says that gender does not play a role in sailing. Then she encourages all the women in the country to go for many adventures like sail. So she even feel it is that great that an all woman team had been formed to undergo this voyage or traveling. So um, uh, that's the end of the prose. Okay, next move on to the glossary. Glossary. Circumnavigate means to travel all the way around something, especially the earth, indigenously, naturally, innately, inherently. Consonance, agreement or compatibility between opinions or actions. Skipper, to act as a master or captain of a vessel, especially a small boat. Expedition, a journey or voyage made from some specific purpose, such as of war or exploration. Replenishment, restoration of a stock or a supply to a former level or condition. Apprehensive, anxious or fearful that something bad or unpleasant will happen. Contention, strenuous effort, struggling together in opposition. Auxiliary, additional, used as a reserve or substitute in case of need. Anticipate, to foresee, to realize beforehand, to expect, be sure of. Bioluminescence, the production of light by living organisms. Kulkapas, the other term for pani puri. Morale, emotional or mental condition with respect to confidence, especially in the face of hardships. The first question. Indian Navy's all-women crew was the first ever to circumnavigate the globe. True. The second question. The crew consists of 6 members of men and women Indian Navy services. So it is false. Answer is the crew consisted of all women crew in Indian Navy services. Next question is Vartika Joshi skipped the crew to circumnavigate the globe. Answer is true. The fourth question. The crew started their expedition on 10 July 2017 from Mumbai. False. The correct answer is the crew started their expedition on 10th September 2017 from Goa. Then the fifth question. Dilip Donde was the first person to go on a non-stop solo circumnavigation. True. Next section is vocabulary, idioms and phrases. Idioms are group of words put together as a unit with a particular meaning. The meaning of the word is not literal. For example, if one says that the cat is out of the bag, then it does not literally mean the cat is out of the bag, but it has a figurative meaning, which means the secret is out. That's why the meaning of idioms cannot be assumed based on the individual meaning of the words, but by studying the words as a unit. Examples. Lalita takes a late night walk in the beach once in a blue moon. In the above sentence, once in a blue moon is an idiom which means an event that happens rarely. In the second example, the women cricketers were on the ball in their last over of the match. In the above sentence, on the ball is an idiom which means when someone understands the situation well. Then let's see about phrase. A phrase, on the other hand, is a small group of words put together as a conceptual unit. It does not take a figurative meaning. The meaning of the word is literal. It can be long or short, but it does not include the subject-verb pairing necessary to make a clause. For example, looking stunning, to live and breathe, comfortable bed. Example, next week, Prashant has planned to visit the country. In the above sentence, to visit the country is a phrase with the conceptual meaning of going on a visit to the countryside. The second example, the child hid under the stairs when the mother called her for a bath. In the above sentence, under the stairs is a phrase. A phrasal verb is an idiomatic phrase consisting of a verb and another element, typically an adverb or preposition or both, the meaning of which is different from the meaning of its separate parts. For example, see to, or a combination of both, such as look down on. Example, the crew ran out of water and food before they could complete their expedition. In the above sentence, ran out is a phrasal verb, which means to use completely. In the second example, the police personally instructed the mob to go away from the place during the strike. In the above sentence, go away is a phrasal verb, which means to leave from the place. The next section is D. Pick out the idioms and phrases from the box and write them in the blanks equivalent to their meanings. One is done for you. So in the first box we can see the answer competent on the board. So in the same way we have to you have to write another the remaining boxes for the exact meaning. And idioms, the second one, become more confident in expressing oneself. Answer is find one's voice. The third one, extremely happy. Answer is over the moon. And the fourth one, mentally agile. Answer is sharp as a tack. The fifth one, listen. Answer is lend an ear. Then move on to the phrases. To meet or find by chance. Answer is come across. To exercise. Answer is work out. To accept a challenge with confidence. Answer is bring it on. The fourth one, to have your friendly relationship. Answer is get along. The fifth one, to keep something. Answer is hang on. Next section is E. Read the given sentences carefully and fill in with appropriate phrasal verbs. Choose them for the help box. First one, the air hostess instructed the passengers to wear the seat belts during the dash. Answer is take off. The second one, Venkat felt happy to dash the neighbors in the new locality. Answer is get along with. Third one, there will be a dash next week in the office. Shut down. Answer is shut down. Fourth one, doing dash every day in the morning keeps one healthy. Answer is warm up. The fifth one, the mother instructed the maid to dash the child carefully. Answer is look after. The next section is F. Read the given passage carefully and fill in the blanks with suitable phrasal verbs from the help box. Ria is a young dancer who feels contented and satisfied with herself. Let's hear from her. Hi everyone, I am Ria. I suppose I'm really lucky because I don't dash weight easily. I never dash in the gym and the only time I dash is when I need something from the top shelf. I tried aerobics several times but I couldn't dash with the others. I take my pet for a walk thrice a day though and that helps to dash the calories. I usually watch what I eat but sometimes binge on ice cream. My sister Dia is a real fitness fanatic. Before she works out, she dash every day with push-ups, sit-ups, stretches, and a jog around the park. She says it's important to dash good levels of strength and stamina. I don't want to overdo it though. A fitness regime like hers would dash me dash. So answer is put on, tire out, work out, keep up, bum off out, warms up, build up, stretch. So these are the answers. Answers. And the next is listening. Listen to the passage read by the teacher and say whether the given statement is true or false. Okay, students, I am going to read the passage. Preeti Srinivasan is a former cricketer from Tamil Nadu who played domestic cricket in the 1990s. At the age of 8, she was the youngest girl to play in the state cricket team. At the age of 17, she captained the Tamil Nadu women's under 19 cricket team in a national tournament in 1997 and registered its only victory ever. She was also a state level gold winner in 50-meter breaststroke swimming event. But the following year, she suffered a spinal cord injury in an accident in Puducherry that left her quadriplegic. Her own trauma inspired her to create Soul Free, a foundation that aims to help Indian youth to cope with disabilities related to spinal cord injuries and how suitable precautions can help them out. Instead of the term differently abled, Soul Free employs the term positively abled. For those suffering from a disability, she is an active in social life and earned many honors too. In 2018, she received the Kalpana Chawla Award for Courage and Daring Enterprises. So, I have read the passage. So, students, you have to write the true or false answer for this following questions. So, the first question is Preeti Srinivasan is a former cricketer from Tamil Nadu. Answer is true. At the age of 17, she captained the Indian women's cricket team. False. Preeti Srinivasan was not only a cricketer but also a runner. False. Preeti's own trauma inspired her to create Soul Free, a foundation for those suffering from mental illness. False. The fifth one. Preeti received the Kalpana Chawla Award for Courage and Daring Enterprise.